Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream.
Right after the live stream ended, the nightmare began. Just days later, police discovered an abandoned Tesla in Hollywood. When they opened the trunk, they found the car was registered to 20-year-old rapper David Anthony Burke, a rising star from TikTok and SoundCloud. At first, it seemed like the mystery was solved. But then things took a darker turn. Deleted live streams started resurfacing, leaked DMs spread online, and fans claimed they spotted his dead girlfriend alive and laughing months after she was supposed to be gone. Suddenly, what looked like a closed case turned into a storm of confusion, controversy, and conspiracy. The official timeline paints a chilling picture. On September 7th to 8th, 2025, neighbors complained about a foul smell coming from the Tesla. The victim was identified as Celeste, missing for over a year. Then, on September 18th, federal agents raided a Hollywood Hills house linked to David, seizing laptops and hard drives. Even before the police confirmed the victim's identity, fans had already connected disturbing dots between David's art and the crime. His viral hit Romantic Homicide, which racked up over 1.6 billion views, centers on killing a lover. Old videos even show him putting a body into a car trunk, images that once seemed like edgy visuals but now feel like haunting foreshadowing. The rapper who built his brand on being real is now trapped in one of the darkest scandals the industry has ever seen. And the deeper investigators dig, the more sinister this story becomes.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer.
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan, Yo, thank you, Mitochondria. Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream.
Public speculation exploded after deleted live stream clips resurfaced, showing Celeste sitting with David on camera. In one clip, he urgently told moderators to wipe the footage. Viewers instantly took this as proof of a cover-up, an attempt to erase evidence that she was right there during his live sessions. That secrecy lined up with what Discord users later revealed. Screenshots showed members acknowledging that Celeste was a runaway, but also pointing out that she seemed well-fed, dressed, and financially supported. When those chat logs hit Reddit and Twitter after her body was discovered, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just a missing teen. This was a minor being harbored by adults who knew exactly what was happening. Then came the tattoo evidence that made everything darker. Celeste's mother revealed her daughter had a small red ink tattoo with the letters "H" on her finger. Police never made that detail public, yet photos surfaced showing David with a nearly identical tattoo on his hand. The design, meant to symbolize silence or keeping secrets, suddenly carried a sinister weight. Investigators used that tattoo as one of the key identifiers linking him directly to the victim. But the most disturbing part was the music itself. In late 2023, a leaked track titled Celeste started circulating among hardcore fans. The lyrics didn't just hint, they outright named her. "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. I hear her voice each time I breathe. I'm obsessed." Considering Celeste disappeared in April 2024 at just 13, the fact that this song was allegedly recorded months earlier made it sound less like art and more like obsession documented in real time. The track never got an official release. It only existed in grainy clips captured from live streams or leaked on Discord. That raised a chilling question. If fans could access it, how much did Interscope Records, the label behind David, already know about its content? And if they knew, why did they stay silent?
I checked him on, I checked him on Spotify. And on Spotify, the dude, the dude actually is like popping. 34 million monthly listeners. He has a song, 1.5 billion streams, Here With Me, 500 million, Feel It. And his biggest song, 1.6 billion views, is called Romantic Homicide.
His streaming success that once built David's career quickly turned against him. Romantic Homicide kept climbing even after Celeste's body was found, but fans now saw the music video as a hidden confession. Comment sections filled with outrage. Brands like Crocs and Hollister cut ties, and his Withered World tour collapsed under pressure from activists and her family. Archived live streams made things worse. In one, David begged mods to delete footage while a girl resembling Celeste sat beside him. Online sleuths uncovered more clips showing her laughing next to him, well-dressed and comfortable, far from a runaway. Forensics experts said the constant deletion pointed to guilt. Amateur analysts claimed some streams dated to July 2024, months after she was reported missing. Blurry Discord photos added fuel, with many convinced they showed Celeste. Hashtags like #CelesteLives exploded worldwide, feeding theories she'd been hidden in safe houses with help from industry insiders. The viral storm blurred truth and rumor, turning speculation into belief and pushing the case deeper into darkness. Users shared heavily compressed edited clips as definitive proof, often without acknowledging the limitations of video evidence or the possibility of manipulation. The viral nature of these clips meant that misinformation spread faster than fact-checkers could respond, creating a parallel narrative that complicated official investigations. His music catalog faced renewed dissection with the intensity typically reserved for analyzing rap beefs or decoding street narratives. Beyond Celeste and Romantic Homicide, other tracks featured lyrics reinterpreted as references to her. In Notes from a Wrist, he rapped about using a lover's picture as a bandage. Imagery, some linked to Celeste's Hello Kitty accessories that were frequently visible in her social media posts. Twitter became ground zero for speculation, with viral threads compiling Discord screenshots that placed Celeste around David as early as 2022, when she was only 11. Posts accused him of paying minors to stay quiet, using gaming platforms and crypto as hush money. Meanwhile, her family launched a GoFundMe for funeral costs that raised over $200,000 in just 48 hours, supported by strangers, celebrities, and artists who once worked with David but quickly distanced themselves. Defenders argued that music isn't confession, pointing out hip-hop's long history of violent storytelling. But critics countered that David's unreleased track Celeste went beyond fiction. The direct name drop, specific details, and timing felt more like premeditation than art. Legal experts noted that free expression ends when lyrics overlap with evidence of real crimes. On September 18, D4vd raided a Hollywood Hills home tied to David, seizing hard drives and personal items. No arrest followed immediately, but investigators focused on digital evidence, deleted streams, private messages, and financial records that could map Celeste's final months. Forensics experts reminded the public that true deletion is nearly impossible. Metadata and archives can expose timestamps, devices, even locations. Through it all, David's art haunted the case. Romantic Homicide staged death with eerie precision, and the unreleased Celeste sounded less like imagination and more like obsession set to music. What once passed as edgy performance now looked disturbingly close to reality, leaving fans and investigators wondering where the art ended and the crime began. Trunks, visuals that critics now describe as ominous foreshadowing rather than creative expression. When combined with allegations of grooming and real forensic evidence, the line between art and life blurs in ways that challenge fundamental assumptions about Intercope Records. His label has remained conspicuously silent, but faces mounting pressure from shareholders, artists on their roster, and industry observers who question what executives knew and when they knew it. Echoing the no-snitching code that typically protects street figures, but now seems to be protecting potential predators. The legal pathway, should charges follow, involves complexities that extend far beyond typical homicide cases that usually go down in the hood. Potential counts include first-degree murder, statutory. David now faces possible charges tied to underage relationships, kidnapping, and concealment of a body. If prosecutors push for first-degree murder with enhancements for a child victim, sentencing could mean life without parole, or even the death penalty. Even without criminal convictions, Celeste's family is expected to pursue wrongful death lawsuits that could strip away. Insiders pointed to a toxic culture in the music industry, where profit often outweighed accountability. Record labels, much like street crews, looked the other way as long as money flowed. Commentators now question if executives ignored red flags about Celeste's presence to protect David's tour revenue and collaborations, echoing past scandals where powerful figures enabled abuse for years. The Discord evidence painted an even darker picture. Screenshots showed members admitting Celeste was a runaway but acknowledging she had food, shelter, and companionship with David. Moderators allegedly deleted conversations referencing her, suggesting deliberate concealment. To some, these dynamics resembled trafficking. Housing, clothing, and financial support creating dependency that could be exploited. If true, this isn't just a case of obsession gone wrong. It points to something systemic. A web of complicity, silence, and institutional failure that mirrors organized crime, raising the question. How many people knew, and how deep does it go? Insiders pointed to a toxic culture in the music industry, where profit often outweighed accountability. Record labels, much like street crews, looked the other way as long as money flowed. Commentators now question if executives ignored red flags about Celeste's presence to protect David's tour revenue and collaborations, echoing past scandals where powerful figures enabled abuse for years. The Discord evidence painted an even darker picture. Screenshots showed members admitting Celeste was a runaway but acknowledging she had food, shelter, and companionship with David. Moderators allegedly deleted conversations referencing her, suggesting deliberate concealment. To some, these dynamics resembled trafficking. Housing, clothing, and financial support creating dependency that could be exploited. If true, this isn't just a case of obsession gone wrong. It points to something systemic. A web of complicity, silence, and institutional failure that mirrors organized crime, raising the question. How many people knew, and how deep does it go? SE now stretches beyond David, forcing bigger questions about how we interpret dark themes in music, and whether artists bear responsibility when their influence reaches vulnerable communities. As one viral post put it, "He was telling us the whole time. We just weren't listening." What once felt like art now looks like potential evidence, leaving fans to confront whether they unknowingly supported someone exploiting the very communities that built his fame. The investigation is still active. Forensic teams continue analyzing devices, reviewing digital evidence, and interviewing witnesses, hoping to build a case strong enough to survive the shields of wealth and celebrity. While David hasn't been charged yet, the overlap of art, evidence, and viral footage guarantees this story will haunt the public consciousness no matter the verdict. Whether the leaked clips prove Celeste lived beyond her disappearance, or whether they're digital mirages born of desperation, the fact remains that her death has become a lens on celebrity culture itself. Just like street reputations can shield criminals, fame has created bubbles of protection around artists, platforms, and labels that profit while looking the other way. This tragedy has become larger than one victim and one artist. It exposes a network of complicity. Record labels ignoring red flags, streaming platforms monetizing disturbing content, and fans blurring the line between entertainment and confession. With autopsy results still pending and seized devices under review, answers remain uncertain, but the demand for accountability is undeniable. This isn't just a story of crime. It's a warning about how fame, exploitation, and silence intertwine, and how entire systems can enable the very behavior they claim to condone.